everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and to another video. What I thought I would do in this video would be to talk about what you need to know for university. You might be about to head off to university for the first time, or you're returning for another year. I know I'll be heading back to Cambridge in October for my final year of my undergraduate degree, would you believe it? So yeah, I just thought I'd talk about some of the things that you might want to know, some of the things that might be useful, some useful tips about starting at university. The first thing to probably talk about is moving in. This, of course, is the first part of the university experience and probably a very daunting part of the experience. I know for me it was daunting moving from my hometown here in Sunderland to Cambridge because it is a big move. It's a big move, not just distance, especially if you're traveling from another country, but also distance in terms of the emotions, because you are going from one chapter in your life to a new chapter in your life. University is going to have a lot of opportunities, but there are going to be a lot of challenges, so it's a big move that you are making, and it's completely understandable if you're feeling nervous, you're not sure what to expect, you're not sure about the workload, or you're nervous about meeting new people, and that's completely natural, absolutely natural, 100%, because it is a big move. Like I mentioned, it's a big jump that you are making from A-levels or equivalent to university. Therefore, what I would probably advise when it comes to moving in is just to take your time and not to over-worry. You'll be focusing on making sure that you've got everything that you need. You'll be thinking about things that you need to buy for university, things that you might need to cook, for example, and just focus on that initially and just take your time with the moving in process. The first year when you move in, there is no need for you to rush and meet new people or do X or Y. It's about you just getting used to this new experience, because the first few weeks, even the first few months of the university experience will be hard, because you have to get used to this new environment that you find yourself in. And I found it a little difficult initially. You do feel homesick, you do feel a little bit alien in terms of this, where you are in this new environment. But the other bit of advice to give is to get used to the environment. Certainly in the first week before term starts, what's known as Freshers Week, you might want to take time to walk into town or to explore a nearby area, just to get used to the environment, especially if you haven't been to that location before, whether that be an open day or something else. But yeah, just have a walk around, get used to the university you're in. If it's a college that you're part of, if it's a collegiate university like Cambridge, then have a walk around your college and get used to it. Don't worry too much, it's understandable. Absolutely understandable, but try not to worry too much and get used to the environment. Take that time, take that useful time to have a look around and just get used to and get familiar with your surroundings. The second thing to talk about would be Freshers Week. What is Freshers Week, you might be asking? Well, Freshers Week is the first week, knowing before term starts, of your university experience. And what is normally the case is you would have different events on, maybe put on by the university or put on by your college, to break the ice is one purpose, so opportunity to meet new people. Freshers Week is normally when there'll be a society fair, so you'll get to visit different society booths, and they'll be trying to get you to join their society, so it's an opportunity to experience something new. Freshers Week, of course, this time around will be different because of the COVID-19 situation, but I am certain that there'll still be opportunities on. I am sure there'll still be opportunities to meet new people, there'll be opportunities to join those societies, and probably what will be the case, as it has been for previous years, will be that staff and students from previous years will be helping you as a fresher to get used to this new environment, to break the ice with other people, and just to make you feel comfortable. They are there to support you. I remember, during Freshers Week, we had, I think it was a pub crawl, and I was feeling nervous. I didn't know the people that I was with, because of course, it was the first time I was meeting them. But we did have members from the Homerton Union of Students, or known as HUS, and these were students in the second and third year, and they were guiding us around the different pubs, but they were also there to chat with and just to talk about anything we're feeling, how we're feeling, to talk about how we're finding Freshers Week so far. So there will be people there. It might be different this time around. It might be, some of it might be virtually, but there will be people there for you to talk to. You might have a tutor that you get assigned to that you can talk to as well. So by no means should you feel alone. It might feel that a little bit because of, especially where events are being done virtually, but in reality, you're not alone because there will be people there to support you. The next thing to talk about would be meeting new people and making new friends. And certainly for me, this was something that I struggle with even to this day. But I can certainly remember before starting university, one of the main things that I was worried about was meeting new people and whether or not I would be able to make friends quickly. And the reason why I was nervous about this was because, as far as I was aware, I was the only person from my sixth form college to be going to Cambridge, to be going to Homerton College, which is the college that I am a part of. And so every face that I was going to meet was going to be a new face, especially also because I never actually applied to Homerton. I had applied to Christ College originally. So when I had my interviews were at Christ, but I was winterpilled to Homerton. So I never met anyone at Homerton for interviews because I never had my interviews at Homerton. So like I said, every new face was going to be a new face, someone new to meet. So I was definitely nervous. And while those nerves were understandable, in hindsight, those nerves weren't needed because the first thing to remember is there is no pressure on you to make friends straight away. Absolutely not. The great thing about Freshers Week, even if it's going to be virtually, is that you do have the choice about what social events that you might want to attend. There might be some events that you have to attend, maybe because it's about health and safety or whatever it might be. But in terms of social events, you have the choice about whether or not you want to attend them based on what's comfortable for you, what you want to do. But also, like I said, there is no pressure for you to make friends straight away. I've got to make so many friends straight away. No, you don't. Developing friendships takes time. And so you shouldn't feel that you have to rush to find and make friends straight away. Now, of course, you should try and meet new people. One of the great things, looking back, is, the friends that I've got now, are from different backgrounds, from different places across the world. And so you get an opportunity to listen to different experiences, different perspectives. So it's definitely useful to get out there and to meet new people. But don't feel that you have to rush into meeting new people. You've got to do what's comfortable for you. But it's always, good to try and reach out and, try something maybe that you haven't tried before, and that is meet new people from those different backgrounds. Following on from that, and this is something that I mentioned beforehand, and that is join societies. Like I said, during Freshers Week, there would normally have been a Freshers Fair where you would have had different booths on from different societies, and they'll all be wanting you to join their society and be a part of their society. I joined the Cambridge Union. I'm part of the Cambridge University Law Society. These societies are, great opportunities to meet new people, first of all. They're also great opportunities to meet famous people, for example. Certainly the Cambridge Union, of course, I've met George Takei, who played Sulu in Star Trek, for example. But also, societies are an opportunity to try something new. You might be thinking that I want to try something new at university. And there are societies pretty much for everything. If I can recall correctly, in first year, there was a society for bell ringing, would you believe it? Each society will have adapted a little bit for the current situation, but they're still there and there's still opportunities to try new things, experience things that you haven't experienced before. So when you're getting maybe Facebook posts from societies, have a look into them and see if they interest you. If they interest you, have a look into it. Ask people who are already part of those societies, whether they be students in previous years or students that have left university. Ask them about it and they can talk about their experiences, and maybe then you might be persuaded to join their society. But do look out for those societies and those opportunities. I did want to touch briefly on the work. This also come when term officially starts. I've got to be honest, sometimes the work might seem difficult, sometimes the work might seem a lot, it might seem like there's a lot to do, you've got a lot of maybe essays to attend to, or if you're at Cambridge you might have supervisions to prepare for. But the thing to remember is that yes, the work would be challenging, but also the work can be really interesting as well. Certainly studying law, I've enjoyed the different modules like public law and criminal law and tort law. And so it's an opportunity to explore, topics in great detail, more so than you might have been the case with A-levels. So yeah, it's an opportunity to explore topics in more detail. It's an opportunity to look into something that you're interested in, that you apply to actually study at university. So the workload will be challenging at times, but it'll also be rewarding and interesting as well. The final thing I want to touch upon was with regards to COVID-19. Now, I will say at the get-go, I have no idea what universities are planning. I do not have a crystal ball, so I can't say what is going to be happening. Certainly from Cambridge's perspective, they've started to put a campaign out in terms of making sure to keep safe, so obviously appropriate social distancing, etc. And we're getting more details from Homerton about what they will be doing. But just to speak more generally, what I would say is it's understandable if you are nervous about what life is going to be like. Certainly if when you applied to university, you weren't expecting this to happen. You were expecting that you were going to have the full freshers week. You would have been able to hang out with new people, or if you attend to university, you've been able to hang out with your friends again. But that's not fully going to be the case, because of course there will be limitations on social distancing, there'll be restrictions about what you can do, where you can meet, how many people can meet, etc. But the important thing to remember is that even though there will be restrictions, by no means are those opportunities that I mentioned before with joining new societies, meeting new people, by no means do they go away because of COVID-19. There might be limitations. They might be in different formats, for example, meeting people virtually as opposed to in person. But those opportunities don't go away, and I do encourage you to still look out for those opportunities, look out for meeting new people, etc. It will be different. It will be a different experience. I know it will be a different experience for me from what I had at the start of first year, for second year. But another thing to remember is that you're not alone in this. We are all going to experience this new environment, this new normal as it's termed, together. So by no means should you feel that you have to experience university in this COVID-19 era alone, because we're all going to be experiencing together. Staff, students, lecturers, we're all going to be experiencing this together. It might be difficult to start off with having to adapt, having to experience university in a different way from what you were expecting. But we will be able to adapt, and we have to just deal with the situation that is presented before us. And just remember, like I said, those opportunities are still out there to grow, to meet new people, to just enjoy yourself. Just remember at university to have fun. Yes, there'll be hard work, but it's also there for fun. I've enjoyed my time at university, meeting new people, having these opportunities, as I keep mentioning. Those are completely understandable, as I've mentioned. But do also remember to, smile and enjoy yourself and be positive. So I hope you found this video interesting, useful, or just something to watch or listen to. I wish everyone the best of luck in going to university, whether you are returning or whether you're going for the first time. Like I said, you might be nervous, that's completely understandable, but try not to worry too much and make sure that you have fun. If you've enjoyed this video, which I hope you have, then don't forget to do the usual things like follow me on Facebook and Instagram, subscribe to the channel by clicking the bottom right hand corner and hitting that notification bell to keep up to date, share the video, comment if you've got any questions. If you want to ask anything about Freshers Week or anything like that, put it in the comment section below and I'll try and answer them as soon as I can. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.